Good evening, gentlemen and distinguished guests and my panelists. A very warm welcome to all of you, for making it in spite of a rough weather. We are here to celebrate one of our, dream coming true, making ZTrust happening in front of us. And while Karnik, did briefly talked about what ZTrust is, securing any app and any devices on cloud. Our engineers, my CTO, the development group, so they will talk about it, what it technically brings in detail. But at Prodevans, if I am need to introduce, I'm the CEO founder here, and I built this company to transform any IT organization, any bank, or any large enterprise to make it a DevOps factory. And in that process, when we were coining the word Prodevans, many people ask, okay, why did you choose Prodevans? So it was to convince people that pro developers answer by using the technology and automation, making their organization secure. And it would not have been possible without help of our people, our developers and the engineers who have been working with our customers. Today, if I need to talk about our partnership with Red Hat, it's a privilege to let you know that for me it's been a journey I have lived for almost 23 years being as a partner of Red Hat. At the same time, to embrace open source and innovation at Prodevans. For last 5 years, we have been working as a first choice partner for Red Hat, and there is a good diverse crew of banking delivery professionals, developers, IT engineers, whoever work on the emerging technologies of Red Hat that would not have been possible without this partnership. And hence, I would like to request Ritesh Syal, who is a great friend and being the head of sales at Red Hat, to set the context of this evening. And it would be a privilege to host you here, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Deepak. I think you have already set the context, and so many good things you spoke about our partnership, and it's a real honor and privilege to have a partner like Prodevans onboarded with us, right? Who has been contributing to the success story what we have jointly created right here in the India market. So good evening to all of you. So my name is Ritesh Syal, and I head the partner ecosystem and alliances for India and SAARC for Red Hat. So today I think it's a very special moment for all of us, right? And why? Because this partnership, what Deepak spoke about and what I'm going to say, it's not about a thing wherein a partner comes on board and just pick up your technology and resell into the market, right? It is something very special. Why? Because there is a lot of joint innovation which is done. We are a technology company, and we always say, right, a technology needs to come to life. How does it come to life? Right? Someone has to do that. So someone is a partner like Prodevans and other partners who really bring that technology to life. That's how it is usable, that's how it is consumable, and that's what we always intend to do.
I have free-flowing format here for the moderation. We have about 10 odd questions, and I don't think it's going to take more than 30 minutes at max. Okay. Some of the questions are directed to all the panelists, where we are trying to figure out what are the challenges they face, basically draw from their experience, and some of the other questions are very specific. So the first question that I have actually is for all of you. You can take turns or start from a corner, however you want. Yeah. Yeah. We'll actually let the platform guys answer first. The one thing is single sign-on has been used in the industry for quite some time now. It's not a new technology. What we see is when we go and talk to our customers, they still have challenges
in terms of dissecting the use case and making sure that we bring them to life. Example, when we, and more importantly, people, process, and technology, all three aspects are challenging because anything new comes with some kind of resistance. So people part needs to be addressed. Process, while the single sign-on does bring in a lot of ease and a single dashboard to solve all your problems in a single place, but it also means they need to talk to multiple organizations, mini organizations within the organization, the application team, the infra team, the security challenge, and all those aspects needs to be covered. So the challenges are multi-fold in every organization, and that's where it's an interesting.
When specific, it becomes
absolutely.
Like you would sign one. There's a product called IDAM. You sign one of them, and 5 years later, you're still paying for it. So because it was so difficult to unwind the authentication from the internal workflows and role mechanisms and permissions, there was no separation of line between role and permission, for instance. There was no separation between authentication and role. There was no separation between personal identity and role identity. And all those things happened. And each system would define it in a different way. It was quite common, therefore, to put it inside Oracle for a while. Yeah. And it was quite a challenge. Everybody dealt with it in different ways. Now, increasingly, a couple of SSO standards have evolved. Again, nobody has an official standard for SSO, but it has evolved as best practice. So Active Directory has become the dominant player. But Active Directory, remember, is still tied to your email. So if you have Google as your email, you don't have Active Directory.
Today or in last 4-5 years, what I see, or means probably since on the digitization is at the peak, what I see is the vanity features the customer want to experience. That's exactly what transportation used to be a problem, and we got four-wheeler, to get a vehicle which carry and it prevent you from rain or whatever it is. But today, transportation is not, the industry manufacturers are not considering what is the real purpose of transportation. Rather, they've concentrated more on the vanity features, the experience. So the digital experience has to be improved, and that has become much how the ZTrust, got built. I hope it answers your question. And I have not told you the first part.
No, so, today the OAuth standard and all that just gives you one layer of answer. If you are in a modern IT, brand new company today, you will build everything along the original standard and you won't require integrations, everything will go smooth. But all existing companies have a lot of legacy. They have a lot of systems built by OEMs who haven't followed it in the past or even today don't want to follow it. So there is customization, there is integration, plus, so the vanity is not just in the user experience. Companies tend to want complicated workflows. I call it class participation. Every person contributes. 10 workflow hai, फिर मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? नहीं, 11th contribute करना चाहिए ना. And that flexibility is required. Some of it is legitimate workflows, some of it is over-engineering.
I am Sitikant Sarangi and I am the CTO of Prodevans Technology. I have been working in this product, developing this product since a long time, since around 3 years I have been doing this. So I would like to tell you a story about one of the use cases that we have recently seen. So we are working for a company, we are actually working for a digital insurance company who have their agents deployed in rural India, and they have the agenda to create insurances, to sell insurances basically to all the rural people. The people who belong from the village areas, they don't have the access to the technology, they are not equipped with the technology, and they are not well aware of the authentication methods or any kind of digital products. So what they actually do is they have deployed their agents across the rural area, and these agents, they work as the representative or the conveyor of the entire tech stack to them. Okay, so obviously these people, they do have a phone, they do have some IDs, but these are not static. They keep changing their phone numbers, they are not well aware that how to manage the identities and everything. So obviously when the agent is selling the insurances, they have to create those profiles of these people and they have to manage it somehow. The challenge here is since the people, the user accounts which are not, they are not very well equipped with the technology, they have to be very much dependent upon the agents to do the login into the system, to check their insurance status, to pay for the renewal and everything. So in this scenario, what this digital insurance company they did is, they tried to create a solution which will be a one-to-many mapping, one user account to many user account mapping. So the user, the agent who is selling the insurances, he has the full control of the entire village or the entire user base that is under him, and he can log into their systems, he can actually do some kind of activities, not all the activities, with their consent. So this company, they reach out to us that how to develop this. So everybody is talking about SSOs, our panelists also talk about the SSO. It is simple, single sign-on, and it is basically all of you are probably using Gmail and other solutions where you have experienced that how the single sign-on happens in real time. So you go to a browser, you enter one URL and you enter your credentials and you are logged into the application. And if you are switching over to any other application, it is falling under the same portfolio, then it will not ask you for a login one more time. It will take the same authentication. So this is what the standard SSO looks like. But what use case I am talking about is one agent who has the responsibility to sell some products in some area where technology has not reached yet, and how to manage the people who are using it and how to manage it with their consent so that it will not breach any kind of compliances. Obviously, I can share my password with you, I can share my OTP with you, and you can log in. But that is actually you are breaking a compliance. So how to manage this efficiently? The customer reached out to us, and we actually started from there, developing this product that we are going to introduce. This is ZTrust. So we have already developed multiple modules which will actually tailor this kind of custom solutions into the product itself, and it will deliver the solution to the customers where they can implement this kind of use cases. So obviously you have Red Hat SSO, you have heard about other products where you have seen that how SSO works, and you also saw that how it actually solves a specific problem, not the customized problems that the industry requires, right? So if I go to the next challenge, so the use case that I just talked about, I will show you a demo about how we solve that problem, the one user to many user mapping, keeping compliance in mind, keeping all the other features in mind, that how the users can be efficiently handled.
All the time, I was asked, I think someone asked, I am not a technology person, where exactly does it sit? So if you ask this question to someone who is technologically oriented like our CTO, he will give you a question which will probably leave you more confused when you ask this question. So essentially, let me tell you, this is what we call in agile terminology a minimum viable product. Like business leaders, every leader, remember in the new world, all IT leaders are business leaders and all business leaders have to be IT leaders. There is no escaping from this. So we are looking, I complement Red Hat and Prodevans, because you guys have put your finger firmly on the nerve which is pulsating to be measured. You people have brought to the fore a small but very timely piece of engineering, which is bound to experience enhance, which is bound to pull down costs, because we must have in a country of 1.5 billion people frugal innovation. Innovation that is useful but it is not very expensive. Congratulations. Thank you very much.